قال الإمام علي عليه السلام: اذكروا انقطاع اللذات و بقاء التبعات.
تمام شدن لذت‌ها و باقی ماندن تبعاتشان را به یاد داشته باشید.
Remember, pleasures will pass away, while the consequences will stay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال علي بن أبي طالب عليه الصلاة والسلام: اذكروا انقطاع اللذات وبقاء التبعات. Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam says in Nahj al-Balagha, remember, pleasures will pass away while the consequences will stay. We in our lives sometimes, we can see it in very little things. For example, a person who a dentist has told that you should not eat any sweets because it is harmful for your teeth. If you still keep eating lots of sweets, yes, the pleasures will pass away while the consequences will stay. So many times we don't remember the consequences. We just look at the short-term pleasure. And the short-term pleasure can be very good, but for a short time. And the consequences of all of those actions, good or bad, permissible or impermissible, can be very serious. Now, I've given an example of a practical life situation, but it could be about sins. A person sins for a few minutes, backbiting you enjoy, or any other sin that you may enjoy, may be pleasurable, maybe something that you enjoy doing. But one must remember that pleasures will pass away while the consequences will stay. You may have to ask that person to forgive you. You may have to repent for your own sins. You still don't know if you will be forgiven. You may have to see the consequences of it in the grave, in barzakh, in purgatory, in the hereafter. So it is extremely important that we remember we have consequences that will remain with us. And many a times we can rectify things, we can improve, we can go back, or we don't need to go back to those actions, but we can rectify things. But sometimes we cannot rectify things. It is too late. We have crossed the lines, we have crossed the time. We cannot go back for various reasons, for different timeline, the places have changed, the time has elapsed, or for many reasons. For whatever reason, once the time has gone, the only that remains with you are the consequences. And those consequences may not be worth the pleasure, and most of the times they are not worth the pleasure that we get from the sins or even the actions which are permissible, because of the consequences which are so severe and bad. Therefore, always remember that pleasures will pass away while the consequences will stay. Thank you very much for listening.